Good evening. Welcome to Brass Tacks. I'm Zaka Jacob. We're starting off with a piece of big breaking news that's coming through right now. CNN News 18 has accessed details of the ethics panel investigation. The report will be submitted to the Speaker tomorrow. The recommendation of the ethics panel into the Mahua Moitra probe has been accessed by CNN News 18. And what we are given to understand is that the committee, the ethics panel, has recommended that she be expelled as a member of parliament from the 17th Lok Sabha. They have also recommended a time-bound investigation by the government of India, by an agency they so choose, into charges of quid pro quo, whether it was financial quid pro quo or whether it was gifts in kind, and the impact on national security. The report by the ethics panel will be submitted to the Speaker, who will then put those recommendations to a vote before the House, and action will be taken if that report and the recommendations of that report is adopted by a simple majority. Payal is now breaking this big story for us. Walk us through, first of all, the finer details of what led to the ethics panel to come to this conclusion, this recommendation that she be expelled as a member of parliament. What is it that they have found which has made them come to this conclusion?
Zaka, it's a 500-page exhaustive report in which every word that has been said either by the defendants or probably the people who've been summoned before it, or even the MPs and all questions, everything has been part of that report, and that's the reason it's a 500-page exhaustive report. What I've been able to gather is that, given the fact that Mahua Moitra had given her login credentials to an outsider, who's of course Mr. Hiranandani in this case, that is something which the Ethics Committee has found violative of parliamentary procedure. So that's one of the main reasons that the Ethics Committee has felt that it is violative of the norms, and that's the reason they feel it's a fit case for it to be asking for Mahua Moitra to be expelled, given the fact that Mahua's defense was not very satisfactory in their wisdom, and when they tried to cross-question her last time around, you remember, she stormed out of that meeting as well. So that's something which is there on that account. Also, the fact that Nishikant Dubey and Jay Anand both have recommended that there should be other inquiries, including the fact that what gifts did she receive? Did she receive any cash? Was there quid pro quo? All of these issues have to be looked into, but we've been breaking this earlier as well, Zaka, that the Ethics Committee is a committee of MPs. They are not investigating agency MPs, members sitting over there. So that's the reason, in their wisdom, the Ethics Committee has said that they would like the Government of India to form a committee or form some sort of a mechanism to look into the in-depth, detailed legal review as far as this case is concerned. So troubles are far from over as far as Mahua Moitra's case is concerned. And as far as the numbers in the panel are concerned, Zaka, out of 15 members, about 8 to 9 members are from the NDA and from the BJP. So passing that report or clearing that report is not going to be an issue as such as far as the ruling party is concerned. Because remember, in case of a tie, Vinod Sonkar, the chairman, is assigned to have 2 votes to cast as well. Having said that, it's going to be a bit of a trouble further for Mahua Moitra, given the fact, I am told by very highly placed sources, that one of the members of the opposition from the Congress party is unlikely to either appear tomorrow or even cast their dissent notes. That's what we are given to understand. That's what Congress sources have also been hinting at. So obviously, troubles are mounting for Mahua Moitra, not only on this front in terms of her being expelled from Parliament, because that recommendation tomorrow, once it's cleared by the committee, will be sent to the Lok Sabha Speaker for his final approval. And once the Lok Sabha Speaker places it on the floor of the House on the first day of the winter session of Parliament, the government will then be bringing in a motion to expel Mahua Moitra.
So what happens here on? Like you said, tomorrow these MPs will meet, the committee will meet, they will adopt this report. Once that report is adopted, they make the formal recommendation to the Speaker. The Speaker has to call the House, and of course the House has to vote by simple majority to expel her. What is her grievance redressal mechanism? Does she have to wait for this process to conclude before, for example, she challenges this in a court of law?
We'll have to just wait and see what options are really available in terms of that legality as far as Mahua Moitra is concerned. But the prerogative to appoint a member to the Parliament and of course expel that member to the Parliament is the prerogative of the Parliament. So that surely is going to happen on the first day of the upcoming session of Parliament. But after that, we've seen in the past also that one Shiv Sena, one NCP member of Parliament, Faiz, was removed as a member of Parliament, and then once he wanted to get back, he had to go through the law, he had to go through a court as well. Will Mahua take that route? What defense will she file on that? Because this is the procedure of a Parliament which is broken. This is not a legal case, because in Faiz's case, it was more of a legal case that was being looked into, but here Mahua is violative of a Parliament procedure. And of course, like the committee is now recommending that there should be action taken against her in terms of legal inquiry into in-depth charges that have been made by both Jay Anand as well as Nichikant Dubey, that's another story as well. But what we also have to understand that over here, another member of parliament who was a part of the committee, Zaka, Danish Ali, also faces action because, obviously the committee has recommended that he spoke in a derogatory manner about the chair. He made aspersions on the conduct of the chair. So that is also something which is going to be put forth in the recommendations of the committee. And in his case, his violations will be in fact dealt with by the speaker. The speaker can recommend what punishment can Danish Ali be subjected to. Can he be expelled for the entire winter session of parliament? That remains to be seen, but that will also be coming to the fore on the first day of the winter session of parliament. Not to forget that tomorrow is going to be a fiery affair, fiery day, given the fact that Danish Ali himself will be present in the committee meeting tomorrow when the report is being adopted.
All right, Payal, we'll leave it at that. I just want to clarify for our viewers, this is the recommendation of the ethics panel. This will now have to be adopted. The report of the ethics panel, the findings of the ethics panel will have to be adopted within the panel, after which they will submit this report to the speaker. The speaker will have to, whenever the House is called next, as Payal was saying, in the winter session, on day one of the winter session of Parliament, this report will be tabled before the House and will be put to a simple vote. If the motion is adopted by a simple majority, then Parliament makes the recommendation to expel the MP in question, in this case, Mahua Moitra. The closest parallel was what happened in 2005-06, when I think about 10 or 11 MPs cutting across party lines were caught on camera accepting money for questions to be asked in Parliament. In that case, again, an inquiry found all of them guilty, and then they were recommended to be expelled, and the House expelled them in 2006. So we'll see how the Mahua story plays out as of now. But like I said, the distinction that's being made in this case is, so far, the recommendation they're making is basis her violation of login credentials. The fact that she gave her login credentials to an interested party, a party who may have had a corporate rivalry with the corporate group that she was railing and ranting against, that is the material fact on which the committee has come to this recommendation. Whether or not there was criminality, illegality involved by way of her receiving financial rewards for questions asked, or even gifts in kind for those questions asked, that is a matter of a criminal investigation. And the committee has also made that recommendation to the Government of India that they constitute a probe by a capable agency, it could be the CBI or any other state investigative agency, to try and get to the bottom of this question as to whether she got a quid pro quo in the form of financial rewards or in the form of gifts of kind.